Hey guys, Panzer J back here in operation from Russia with love. We were up to turn number 7, so it's July of 1939, 7.4 for the Japanese. So this is the first turn that we can advance past stage 2 on the technology board. So let's take a look. Japan is sitting at stage 2 for both improved construction and large ship construction. So those are going to be the two we go for. Improved construction takes a 7 or higher, and large ship construction takes an 8 or higher. So let's go ahead and roll for those. So improved construction first at a 7 or higher, and a 4 misses, and large ship construction at an 8 or higher. A 9 does succeed. So we're 1 of 2. I think we've been pretty much 50% the whole game. So we'll move large ship construction up to stage 3. Okay, so that's it for tech. On to purchases. So Japan has 39 IPPs to spend, and we're spending all of it. So we're going to start construction on 2 battleships for 6 apiece. That's 12. We're going to buy a minor factory for Kwangtung for 8. That's 20. We're going to buy 2 Marines for 8, that's 28. A cavalry for 3, that's 31. A militia upgrade for 2, that's 33. And then 3 militia for 6, that's 39. So starting construction on these 2 battleships will push the U.S. income up by $2. And then also quickly, if you guys watched Hambone's 7.1 German turn, I have to thank him for his efforts, because Japan was able to gain a few items and territory. So we got a sub over there in the Red Sea, and then we got the French territories over here in the Pacific. So Anatonkin, Cochin China, and then Caledonia and the Gambier Islands. So those are all Japanese now. So 2 of them, Cochin China and Anatonkin, were worth 1 apiece, so that has Japan up to now 34 IPPs. Okay, so we only have 2 attacks this turn, so with attacking again this turn, we're also going to wipe out the last of the U.S. oil trade. So let's go ahead. I do actually have one more bit of housekeeping real quick. So one of my attacks does involve the CCP, so we've got to go ahead and roll for Silk's recruitment roll for the CCP. So they're down to 1 territory, so I need a 1. And if this hits, he wants 2 militia. And an 8 fails. So no additional forces for the CCP. Okay, so our 2 attacks are here in northern China. So we're going to go into Singhai, and Boston Bruce has 2 militia there. So we're going to come over with this infantry from Suyan and our 4 cavalry from Shensi. And we're also going to bring down 2 of our 4 planes. So they're going to go 1, 2 and land, or not land, but attack Singhai. Then the other battle is here in Sichuan. So Silk has a single militia. One of these infantry from Hunan is going to come over 1. And there is a river, but it's on my side of the territory, so you should be good there. This mountain infantry is going to come down from Shensi, and the 2 remaining planes are going to go 1, 2, 3 and attack there. And it looks like it's all mountain in both territories, so we'll do a -1 penalty for the ground units, except for the mountain infantry, and then the planes obviously aren't affected. So let's go ahead and grab some dice. Okay, so we'll go over here where there's a little bit of room. Okay, so the first battle here in Singhai. So I've got 4 cavalry, 1 infantry, and 2 fighters. So, and Bruce again has 2 militia. So let's go ahead with our 2 fighters at 6s, and a 5 and a 2. So we got our 2 hits. But let's roll out our cavalry. So 4 cavalry at 2s. No hits. 12, 10, 2 9s. And then the infantry, just to make it official, 1, a 7 misses. Okay, so then Bruce has 2 militia at 2s. Wow. a 1 and a 2. So 2 hits. So, wow. There's Bruce's militia again. So I'm going to take off 2 cavalry, I suppose. So that was extremely costly for no territory. Wow. That was probably a mistake. But, oh well. What are you going to do? Okay, so the second battle is down in Sichuan. Trying to finish off the CCP here, but they don't ever surrender, I believe. So, but we'll at least get them off the board for now. So we've got 2 fighters, a mountain, and an infantry. So our 2 fighters at 6s. And a 5 and a 12, so 1 hit, that's all we needed. The mountain infantry at a 2, an 8 misses, and the infantry at a 1 misses. Okay, their militia at a 2. Wow, 3 just misses. I would have been extremely disappointed if I would have lost another unit there. Okay, so that takes Sichuan. So that is it for combat. So then we do have a bunch of non-combat moves going on here. So let's go over here in the Pacific first. So we've got 2 coastal subs here in P27, and they're going to come over 1 to P28. Then we've got 3 subs down here in P48, and they're going to come up 1 to P39. How about over here? So we've got our sub in the Red Sea, and that's going to come over 1, 2, 3 to I-10. And then this torpedo boat destroyer in I-10 is going to come down 1. I'm not sure what this sea zone is. I don't even feel like moving all those build plates, but it's the sea zone here where the global war emblem is. So that torpedo boat destroyer is there. Then we're going to come down from I-12 with one of the torpedo boat destroyers to I-10. Okay, so then over here, we are at a major port here in P41, thanks to Kwang Tung. So in that sea zone, we have 3 destroyers. So those 3 destroyers are going to pick up 3 of these Marines. And they are going to go 1, 2, 3 to the Caroline Islands. Drop those guys off there. So that's in P46. Then we've got a destroyer here in P32. That's going to come up 1, and we're at a major port again for Formosa. We're going to come up 1, grab one of those Marines, 2, 3, 4, and drop another Marine off on the Caroline Islands. Let's see, what else? Then we're going to have the rest of these ships here in P32. So they are going to go 1, 2 to P46. So that's 2 light cruisers and a light carrier with a tactical bomber. Let's see. What else do we want to do? We've got 5 naval transports here in P41. So those 5 naval transports are going to pick up the rest of the Marines here in Kwang Tung, which is only 3. And they're going to go 1, 2 to P15 and drop those 3 Marines off in Kyushu. Okay. So all 5 of those naval transports are here in P15. Then the naval transport that is going to come out of port here in P15, and it's going to pick up 2 of the infantry in Kyushu and come down 1, 2 to P41, and drop those 2 infantry off in Kwang Tung. The 2 infantry here in Hunan are going to come over down 1 to Kwang Tung. Let's land our fighters. So the 2 that attacked Singhai went 2, and the other 2 that attacked Szechuan went 3. So all 4 of them are going to move back 1 to Shenxi. What other ships do we want to move? So down in P41, we've got a fleet carrier with 2 tacticals on it. So that's going to come over, and again, we are at a major port, so it's going to come over 1, 2, 3, and that's going to be over in P46. We're also going to have 2 battleships come over 1, 2, 3 to P46. Yeah, let's see, 1, 2, 3, yep, to P46. Let's see. We will have and if I didn't mention it, this naval transport will go into port here in Kwangtung, and the 5 in P15 will go into port as well. We're going to have the battle cruiser in P41 come over 3 to P46. And how about 2 of the 4 heavy cruisers will come over as well. And I believe that is it for Japanese non-combat moves. So on to unit placement. So we got our 2 battleships that we'll place here in stage 3. We've got our minor factory that we're placing down in Kwangtung. We got 2 Marines that we're placing in Kyushu. We've got a cavalry we're placing in Rihe. We've got a militia and a militia upgrade, and they're both in Siam. So I'll just place the infantry down there in Siam. And that leaves us 2 militia, 1 here in Hunan and 1 here in Anatonkin. And that should be it for the Japanese. So let's just do a recap what's where. So over here in C-Zone P39, we got 3 fleet submarines. In P28, we have 2 coastal subs. In P46, we have got 2 battleships, 2 light cruisers, 4 destroyers, 1 battle cruiser, 2 heavy cruisers, a light carrier with a tactical, a fleet carrier with 2 tacticals, and 4 Marines on the Caroline Islands. In Kyushu, in port, we've got the 5 transports, and we've got 1 infantry, and let's see how many Marines. 2, 4, 6, 7. It looks like 9 Marines in Kyushu. In Shenxi, we got our 4 fighters. Singhai is 2 cavalry and an infantry. Szechuan is an infantry and a mountain infantry. And the only other real territory, well, in P41, we've got a transport in port and then 2 heavy cruisers. And then in Kwangtung, we've got a total of 7, 9, 11. It looks like 11 infantry in Kwangtung. Okay. So that should be it for Japan here. For unit recap, so on to collect income. So we're sitting at, we had 39, but we spent all of it. So we're sitting at 34. Let's double check that and make sure. Yep, we're sitting at 34 IPP. So 34 IPP, and then we still have all 6 territories in China that are worth a 1 IPP bonus, so that's 40. And then we no longer have any more U.S. oil. So 40 total IPP. Turning things over now to GW36 Enthusiast for the UK, France.